Hey, thanks for joining me today. It's Monday, January 11th. I've got an interesting story about Colin Powell that I'll get to in just a moment. But first, flame on. I did want to thank everyone that watched and liked my last video. I asked for 100 likes, and we got 90, which is an A- in my book. That's pretty good. Help me out today. You can help my channel by hitting that like button, sharing this video with someone else. Hopefully, that'll make a difference and the channel will grow. Also, I want to encourage you to make note of the subscriptions that you have. There's been a bit of a purge recently, and some channels are disappearing. And I did not make a note of everyone I subscribed to, and now I have less channels that I subscribe to. I'm not sure exactly who's missing from that. And so I decided to make a list of all the channels that I subscribe to, just in case. If someone disappears from one platform, you can go look for them somewhere else if you like their content. So I'd encourage you to do the same thing. Also, I have started a email list, link in the description. You can join that. I probably won't use it much, but it's good to have just in case. But let's get to this story about Colin Powell. And that is how he pronounces his name, Colin Powell. I know a lot of people say Colin, but it's Colin Powell. Speaking of colons, I had a colonoscopy on Friday, had a couple polyps removed, and that's just a reminder to everyone to don't put off any health screenings just because of the state of the world. Be sure to keep your appointments and check up on these things. If you catch them early, you can have a better life. So I encourage you to do that. Anyway, Colin Powell has now apparently left the Republican Party. Here is the story from The Hill. Former Secretary of State Colin Powell said that he no longer considers himself a Republican following the riot that broke out at the Capitol last week. Asked by CNN's Fareed Zakaria whether he believes fellow Republicans who have not criticized President Trump encouraged at least this wildness to grow and grow, Powell responded that they did, and that's why I can no longer call myself a Republican. Quote, "I'm not a fellow of anything anymore. I'm just a citizen who has voted Republican, voted Democrat throughout my entire career, and right now I'm just watching my country and not concerned with parties," Powell said. So that is an interesting story. Like I say, Colin Powell did go on Fareed Zakaria's show. You may remember this, maybe you don't, but he was busted for plagiarism, not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 1 dozen, not 2 dozen, but over 3 dozen times. But apparently that doesn't matter. That'll still get you a job at CNN to interview Colin Powell. So, that's how it works on that network, I suppose. And I just want to make special note of what Colin Powell said here.
But right now we need you to be real Americans who we can trust, who will tell the truth, who will argue on the basis of facts.
So, yeah, he says real Americans who we can trust, who will tell us the truth, who will argue on the basis of facts. That's what Colin Powell says that he needs. And it's a little rich coming from someone that may have told the biggest political lie in my lifetime.
The case for an unpopular war was made by the most popular, the most trustworthy man in the administration.
Clearly, Saddam Hussein and his regime will stop at nothing until something stops him.
And pure theater to drive home his point.
Less than a teaspoonful of dry anthrax.
So it's a little bit hard to believe that this would actually taint the Republican Party, having a war criminal liar leave the party. And it shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone that he did leave the party. He did give a glowing endorsement of Biden last year at the DNC. So this is not a shock to anyone. What is a shock is that anybody cares what this guy has to say. But what do I know? I just see this guy as who he is, a lying war criminal. But that's just my take. What's your opinion about this? Let me know in the comments, and have an awesome day. Peace.